I want to stay on the serving topic and ask you about Carlos Alcaraz
Sure.
because there's been a lot of talk with him. It's been uncontroversial. The answer to the question, where can he get better? Everyone has been saying for 2+ years, it's clearly the serve. I don't want to kind of name drop or throw Andy Roddick under the bus because I actually think what he said was completely harmless. But he was on his podcast a couple months ago and said Alcaraz hasn't really improved the serve. Juan Carlos Ferrero says, no, we have improved the serve. I'm curious to know what the data says about Alcaraz's serve. Is it getting better, or is it staying the same, or is it fluctuating? What's the trend on his serve?
Right. I'm going to screen share so I can show some of the numbers as well as talk to them. The trend says that depends. It depends which level of detail you look at, but actually it's more towards the Roddick camp. So I've filtered here 2024, and if I compare his serve quality number to his 52-week average, which is this yellow number over here, his serve quality for 2024 is 7.6. His serve quality for the last 52 weeks is 7.7. So that suggests that it's marginally worse. And his first serve effectiveness is 50%. The tour average is 60%. And again, his first serve effectiveness is worse than his 52-week average. So this year, his first serve, based on the numbers, is not better than it was. His second serve, on the other hand, is. So his effectiveness is up by over 3% for his second serve. So he's creating more attacking opportunities. One thing to add on that, when going back to Sinner, when we talked about his second serve as well, is that the measure of effectiveness is creating the attacking opportunities. If you win way high amount of neutral opportunities, then there's a good argument for it doesn't matter if you're setting up attacking opportunities, because if you're beating everyone in neutral. Anyway, and then if you dive into Alcaraz, this is getting into the weeds of some nerdy stuff, and we won't always go this deep, but I'll give you one bit here. This is the serve quality of Carlos, and the T serve, again, this yellow, so sorry for the viewers listening, but we're looking at a court graphic of his serve placement, and the T serves on both sides, his average for 2024 is below his T serves for the last 52 weeks. So there's something in the T serves on both sides, which is, sometimes you might look at the sliders on both sides, like wide on the juice, T on the ad, and go, well, that's not as good as the flat serves. But for him, not as accurate. And that will be not the speed, as you've mentioned, that's gone up. That's the accuracy, which you can't quite see from this graphic, but you have to dive into the specific matches and figure out where those serves are not going so close to the lines, which affects the shot quality score.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that, and I know we're looking at a lot of serves right now, but I imagine for those watching on YouTube, you're seeing a lot of dots all around the box. If we were looking at, let's say, a Hubert Hurkacz's first serve, I think you'd see way more dots close to the sidelines, right?
Absolutely would, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you look at Novak, for example, you don't see any dots in the body because he doesn't serve body on serves.
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of the guys don't. Whereas Alcaraz is throwing quite a few. If I look at his placement there, 24% body on the ad, 22% body on the juice. So, and is he going body there to really do damage, or is he going body there because actually some of those balls he's aiming slightly wider and he's not as accurate? So yeah, to go back to your original point, the data is agreeing with Roddick.
Awesome. So that's interesting. I know that they have looked at it. I know that the effort is there to make gains on the serve, and there were comments from an Alcaraz assistant coach that they've tried to kind of adjust the rhythm of it, actually throw the ball toss higher, get that pause in the trophy position. But it seems like they kind of need to stay in the lab on this.
And
So
also, when you look at numbers like this, there is always the caveat of this is the average of all the matches in 2024. Has he served well in matches?
mhm.
Absolutely. Will it be improved in a single match compared to his average? Definitely. Improvement doesn't go on a. As a coach before I became an analyst, I'm extremely aware that improvement does not go on a straight line like that. You improve and you'll have one or two good matches at something, then it'll stop improving and then they'll keep doing it. So both can be right.
Do you
Ferrero
know?
can be is
Yeah,
improving. It's not yet being represented in consistency of the numbers.
sure. I definitely think the mindset has changed. If you look at Alcaraz 2022, first half of 2023, even, there was, I don't think a lot, I don't even think it was much of an effort for him to get free points, to hit some aces. Like, the serve aggression has undoubtedly gone up. So I imagine, like, if we looked at average speed, it's gone up. But I think what's also apparent is that the placement, the spot serving is where he's lagging behind the really above average servers on tour.
Yeah, agreed.